We live in a world where people want connection, but very few want to do the work that makes connection safe, healthy, and real. Everybody wants love, but not everybody's ready for it. That's the truth most people avoid, because real love is not just about feelings. It's about responsibility, awareness, and the willingness to face what lives inside of you. If you really want to understand a person, you cannot just look at what they show you. You have to look at what they've lived through, their childhood, their environment, their pain, their silence. These are the roots. What you see today is just the surface, and many people have mastered the art of presenting a clean surface while hiding a chaotic foundation. Now let's be real. Most people are not going to hand you their truth on a silver platter when you first meet them. They will give you a polished version, a safe version, a version that won't scare you away. That doesn't mean they're evil. It means they're human. People hide pain because pain is heavy, and they don't want to be rejected for carrying it. But here's the problem. Just because someone hides their wounds doesn't mean those wounds disappear. They stay there, quiet, waiting. And the closer you get to that person, the more likely you're to feel the effects of what they never healed. That's when confusion begins, because now you're dealing with something you never signed up for. And this is why understanding the inner world of a person is not optional. It's necessary. Because when you join yourself to someone emotionally, mentally, and physically, you're stepping into everything they've been through, whether you realize it or not. Every single person walking this earth is carrying something. Some carry it lightly. Others are dragging it behind them like a heavy chain. Trauma doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it hides behind a smile, behind success, behind confidence. And if you don't know how to look deeper, you'll miss it completely. We are like locked doors, each one of us. And the truth is, many of us threw away our own keys a long time ago. Not because we wanted to, but because it was easier than facing what was inside. It was easier to suppress than confront, easier to deny than to heal. But nothing disappears just because you ignore it. Pain doesn't vanish, it transforms. It leaks out in different ways: anger, jealousy, insecurity, control, fear. These are not random traits. These are symptoms. These are signals that something deeper has not been addressed. Think about it like this. If someone refuses to take out their trash, it builds up. Day after day, week after week. Eventually, the smell becomes unbearable. Now imagine carrying that garbage everywhere you go, in every room, into every relationship, into every conversation. That's what unhealed trauma looks like. And yet, this is how many people are living. They are carrying emotional garbage, spiritual wounds, mental clutter everywhere they go. And because they've carried it for so long, it feels normal to them. They don't even realize how heavy it is anymore. Now here's where it gets serious. When you enter into a relationship with someone, you're not just connecting with who they are today. You're connecting with everything they haven't resolved. You're stepping into their unfinished business. And if they haven't done their inner work, guess what happens? That burden doesn't just stay with them. It starts to affect you. You begin to feel the weight of something you didn't create. You begin to deal with reactions, moods, and behaviors that don't make sense to you. And slowly, without realizing it, you start carrying some of that weight too. This is why relationships can become draining. Not because love is the problem, but because unresolved pain is present. Love cannot thrive in an environment filled with unacknowledged wounds. Now let's talk about something people don't like to admit. Many individuals sanitize their past when presenting themselves. They edit their story. They remove the messy parts. They highlight the good and hide the bad. Not always to deceive, but to protect themselves. But protection can turn into deception when it prevents truth from being known. Because how can someone truly choose you if they don't know what they're choosing? And this is where awareness becomes power. You don't interrogate someone like a detective. You observe. You listen. You pay attention to patterns. You notice how they respond under pressure, how they handle conflict, how they speak about their past. These are the clues, because truth always reveals itself over time. Always. Now let's go deeper. When someone ignores their inner wounds, it's like ignoring a bill that keeps growing. The longer it goes unpaid, the more interest it gains. Eventually, it becomes overwhelming. And instead of dealing with it, many people shut down even more. That's when emotional instability shows up. That's when spiritual imbalance takes root. That's when people start projecting their pain onto others without even realizing it. And if you're close to them, you become the nearest target, almost every time. This is why entering a relationship without awareness is very risky. Not because people are bad, but because people are often unhealed. And if you are not careful, you'll find yourself trying to fix something you didn't break. The greatest responsibility we have is not to others, it's to ourselves. To clean our inner house, to face what we've been avoiding. Because if we don't, we carry it into every space we enter. True freedom is not found in running away from your past. It's found in confronting it, in understanding it, in releasing its grip on your present life. Now that's real power. And let's be clear, healing is not easy. It requires honesty. It requires courage. It requires you to sit with parts of yourself you may not like. But the reward is peace. The reward is clarity. The reward is becoming someone who doesn't bleed on others. When you do your inner work, you don't just change your life. You change the lives of everyone you come into contact with. Because now you're not bringing chaos into the connection. You're bringing clarity. So before you join yourself to someone else, ask yourself, have I faced myself? Have they faced themselves? Because two people who refuse to heal will only multiply each other's pain. But two people who are committed to growth, that's where something powerful is created. In the end, the choice is yours. Carry the garbage or take it out. I hope I didn't insult anybody by speaking this way, but I had to say it. We have to be brutally honest with ourselves. If we're not, we'll never heal. And so many people that I've known personally that are living in the past, that are delusional, that rewrite their lives to be acceptable to other people and to be in denial of themselves. They're not doing themselves a favor. They're saying the same things year after year, not living in the present, but in the past, with their garbage and with their pain. And that's not good. The Creator didn't put us here to live like that. Anyway, Much love to you all. Thank you for being here. On to the next one. LanceScurv out.